Alright, you notice we're actually in my place. Usually the cooking videos are in his place, but a little bit more fitting because this video is kind of my childhood meal. Isn't that what you describe it? I feel like no one else has this childhood meal.
I think it's not just childhood meal. I think something that you really always say, Dad, can you make that all the time? As young as you were actually when you were 12.
This is all just an elaborate plan for you to cook me lunch today.
Elaborate plan. Do you think that's a big plan? It's just like making you something you love when you're a kid, so.
I'm saying, but like I might not even post this. I just wanted you to come to my place and.
Oh, just make you a meal because you want it.
Yeah.
Cornish hen, you know, it's actually a young chicken. Well, what I like about it, because you know, it's not a full-grown chicken. Why? Because you love Cornish hen. Because one thing, it's not so fatty, the skin, and you get very crispy and also very tender. I'm taking off, you know, when you buy Cornish hen, the butcher normally they tie this thing. I like to take it out because I don't like to roast it like that, because sometimes when they're so small, you can get overcooking it. I take the wings off, just that part of the wing, the tip. Then I turn this down, and then I sort of like scrape some of this, you know, sometimes they don't clean enough, you know, with the hair. So what I do, I split it right in the center with the skin. You know why? Because I'm going to cook crispy, so I need the skin, I need the fat. So I'm going to debone it from the top part. You see this little muscle? Call it the chicken fillet, the little fillet.
Kind of like veal, but for.
That's right. It's like a veal, but a chicken. So the bone is very soft. You know, every time you cut it, it's so easy. You know, to open up, scrape, scrape, scrape. You know the breast meat. You see how it's like drawing the chicken. I flip the other side. Then I'm going to start from the top. You know, follow the skin, and then I go like that, like so, and then I follow again. I'm deboning. I'm taking all the bones out. What I do, I'm just going to finish. You know, there's a wishbone, scrape it. Look at this, all bone, clean. You don't waste any meat. This is a whole bird. But I still want to take the leg bones out. Crack. I cut it open. Then I just scrape this meat over here, put your finger in, move it up, and you just put your knife, go like that. You see that bone is already come off. It's like the operation room. Not that serious.
Why is it called Cornish and hen?
That's a good question. I think, I wonder why. I think we should find out, son. I think something that I need you to educate me. As a chef, you know, sometimes we get the food, we're so excited to put the recipe together, but you know, the research, why did they call that? You know, where's the origin come from? Sometimes we forgot. You know, we don't know everything. Food is like a continuation of learning. Making food is like writing. You're writing about life, you're cooking about through life and see where you at. Cooking is like that. Now it's completely deboned, except you left a little bit of wing. Now it looks like a bat, actually. Simple. Ground pepper. Look at the bird, so fresh. The salt. I like to keep it very simple because you know what? I remember when you were a kid. You know, sometimes feeding kids, you cannot be overspiced. Maybe my kids have just put. So what I have here, flour. Shake it off. Flour. Hiya! Cast iron pan. I got some pans heating up. I got two. One for roasting for the Cornish hen. The other one is making roasty. Roasty is a potato pancake and it's crispy. Very simple. Anybody can make it. And it's your favorite, son. So you scrape. Now, this too could be very dangerous. Making sure your finger holding on. It's like this. You know, you don't go like this. You will scrape yourself. The next one you turn around and then you scrape it until they're quite thin. I'll show you, we use everything. Then I cut it very, very thin and then I use everything. You know what, son? Your generation is about zero waste. You see this? Now I have a little bit of salt. Crush, crush, crush. Just a little bit of salt. Stir, stir, stir. Mix, mix, mix. Before I do anything, you see this water here? I want to squeeze it out a little bit, because that makes it crispy.
So potato actually contains that much water?
Yes, especially when it's new potato. I have butter, olive oil, let's go. Butter and olive oil and potato, let's go. Olive oil down. Of course, make sure you swim around the olive oil. Just a little bit of smoke. Now, potato. Put it in the center. Put everything in the center. Then you start, you see this? You see my finger just moving it out. You know, a chef always like to use their hands. It's a connection to the brain. You get what I'm saying? So you just kind of like patting nicely, you know, makes you nice and even, and just let it go. Don't touch it. Don't do anything. Just let the evaporation of the steam from the potato get it crispy. Evaporation, steam, it means water. 375 oven, ready to go. Now, pan got heated. I just fold them back in half. You see the way I just dip it very gently. Now, pat it off, making sure they are completely dry. Fly over here, Bert. See, look at the brownness on the edges. I move the pan because I want to see where the fire is. When you have fire, you gotta see where they're burning. Swing the pan. Very simple. One side down. You open up like a book, and you just move it around, and you get the wings down, and then your legs, making sure spread it out. Slow cook the way I want it right now. That is slow cook. Now we want to make the skin crispy. You want it crispy, it means slow. It means rendering fat. Rendering the fat, give a little more heat, give a little more power. Give a little power, make sure the leg tucks in, press it down. Now drying it out still, maybe I kick it up just a little notch of the heat. Now I put a little butter around it. Potato with butter, it would never go wrong. You know why I'm putting this? Because I forgot earlier. So you can see there's some movement for the potato. You know why? It means they got dried out. You see this? Now, you know I can do two things at once. Just a little peek, sneak peek. Look at that brownness. Flip. Ah, this is what I'm looking for. Children going in. So, you see I'm still cooking this roasty. I'm gonna flip one more time. Flip it. Perfectly cooked. Feel the chicken meat. You just need another maybe 2 minutes. Ah, this is like, I can tell it's just perfectly cooked. You see all the white juice coming out? It means it's cooked inside. I put a little bit of butter. Get the skin a little bit golden brown. A bit of oil to baste it. Get a little flavor. And everywhere, all over the place. So what I have here, I have green onions. Chicken stock. That's where they call it reduction. Fall asleep. And then the sauce will be ready. Now I'm going to chop some parsley. For chopping parsley, right? You have calculation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let the sauce reduce. Meanwhile, cut this green onion up. Cut it into small pieces. Right? You mix. After that, you mix it together. Capers. Drain off the juice. Kind of rough it up, not so fine. You want to have a little bite of that saltiness, floralness. Honey, lemon juice, squeeze in. Reduce, let it reduce. You like to use the spoon? No, I put my finger. Ah. So sweet. Sauce reduced more than half. I'm putting everything in to finish the sauce. Butter goes down. Now we're doing the connection with the sauce and the butter. Sauce ready. Keep it here for a bit. I don't want to put the sauce on the top. You know why? The sauce would really make it soggy, the skin. So you can avoiding putting the sauce on the top. And that's what we're looking for. This way is better. That's a very humble children. That's a very humble children dish.
So what's the finished dish?
Well, deboned roasted Cornish hen, crispy skin with honey, capers, and also honey capers. And also with honey, capers, and lemon sauce. Comes with the roasty. This is the perfect combination.